but the action taken by the AUF leader at the District 2 debate on Monday night, which was to be the only, did not agree to a leaders' debate. When there was no official agreement on such a debate, up to now, everybody could see that Brother Claude Smith still wants to debate on Monday night. They are putting people first by all the initiatives they have engaged. For another 5 years, your APM will continue to build and will us thriving economy. So on election day, 5 votes.
Ready.
In District 1, vote for Dr. Ellis Lorenzo Webster.
Ready.
In District 2,
Ready.
in District 3, vote for Courtney Morton.
Ready.
In District 4, you only have one choice. Vote for Deanne Kentish Rogers.
Ready.
In District 5, vote for Merrick Richardson.
Ready.
In District 7, right here in District 6, vote for Hayden,
Ready.
along with all our at-large.
Ready.
You'll see them on the right-hand side of the ballot. Vote for Quincy Agams Marie.
Ready.
I put my arm so you are strong.
APM family. Good evening to my APM family. And 6. Good evening to all Anguillians under the sound of my voice, whether you're online, at home, wherever you are. Welcome to our beautiful voyage of progress. A few districts ago, can't remember exactly which district. How can we ignore the noise? How can we ignore the negativity? And I said the horns for my APM family are so loud. But I got a clear message. History has its eyes on this small but mighty eye. Is etched into the legacy that we will leave behind. Every step forward, every misstep becomes part of the story that future Anguillians will be told. About 5 years ago, Anguillians dared to rise. Together, with a singular belief, we said, change can't wait. We declared that our destiny will not be written for us, that we won't use the same tools that was laid before us before. And with that bold spirit of self-determination, we built the foundations that we are standing on today. And the work of nation building is never finished. History doesn't just look back. In this very moment, it watches patiently to see if we learned from the past. And let me be frank, there are those who would like to take us back to a time of chaos, instability, and uncertainty. They speak of progress, but their actions are rooted in division and stagnation. They promise a future, but their plans are nothing but a one-way ticket to the past. And we have seen that past. We have lived that past. And we have to decide that we cannot go back. District 5 and 6, and by extension 7. Let us be clear about one thing. History has already shown us what happens when we follow the wrong path. The fiscally and socially irresponsible decisions that this nation went through, the instability that we survived, were not by accident. They were as a result of the bad decisions after 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 bad decisions by the Anguilla United Front.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! No!
But as we stand here tonight, I can say with confidence that we are winning. And you know that we are winning.
Hey!
How do we know? We see the desperation and the depends on the other side. Their campaign has dissolved into a cesspit of nonsense, lies, and distortions. They do not have a vision. And between me and you, this ain't hearsay. They literally said they do not have a vision. No vision for empowerment, no vision for development, no vision for sustainability, and therefore no vision for progress. Each time they resort to slander, their desperation shows. You have seen us, you know us, you know our work, and their lies will not work. They have been so opposed to and critical of every single program that we instituted that we can only deduce that if they get a chance, they will roll back on the gains. And as I said last Saturday, just across the road from here, when they come to you with a story about who they are today, tell them their record shows who they will be tomorrow. Let me break it down for you. They have been critical of Senior Shield. that has a program that has saved seniors tens of thousands of dollars. It has saved working families tens of thousands of dollars. Cost the government of Anguilla multiple millions of dollars. And so I ask you this evening, if they were critical of it today, how can you trust them to be champions of it tomorrow? The opposition criticized the removal of property tax. Just yesterday, Cardigan Connor said that property tax was just around $500. While we know that that is not true, the reality is any relief is relief.
Hey!
So if they were critical of relief today, how can you trust them to be champions of relief tomorrow? The opposition criticized the Valley Main Road. That is where they first started to say you can't eat concrete. Opposed to construction. But ask great contractors of these communities, people like Power, Brother B, Greg Hughes, how many men and women are able to work because of construction? How many families are kept afloat and are even thriving because of concrete? So if they were critical of infrastructural development today, how can we trust them to be champions of development tomorrow? The opposition criticized the fact that we are expanding an airport as a guaranteed precursor to economic development and growth. They asked, what's the rush? The rush is more jobs. The rush is higher salaries. The rush is more business opportunities. The rush is a better ability to invest in education and social development.
Check.
So if they are critical of economic growth today, how can we trust them to be champions of economic growth tomorrow? The opposition criticized the outsourcing of the management of the .ai domain. They have had so much things to say. But under the previous management of the domain, we made $4 million a month. Under today's management, we make $8 million a month. And that's just the facts. So if you cannot trust them to make good decisions today, how can you trust them to make good decisions tomorrow? Kyle Hodge, do you remember him? Well, let me jog your memory. He is the laziest person to ever be a member of this team. He ran away when the work got too great. And in case you are wondering what he ran away from, it was the goods and services tax. And in case you are wondering where he ran away to, it was to the party that committed this island to the goods and services tax. Now that we've got that out of the way and I've managed to jog your memory, Kyle Hodge is out there promising people relief from the goods and services tax. But on the first opportunity to give the people relief from that same tax, Kyle Hodge voted no. And I said I'm going to take my time on this one. So bear with me. When we were deciding on removing GST on vacant land, Kyle Hodge and the opposition voted. When we were deciding on removing GST from bikes and bike parts, Kyle Hodge and the opposition voted no. When we were deciding on removing GST from water, Kyle Hodge and the opposition voted no. When we were deciding on removing GST from goods brought in by Anguillians who lived abroad, Kyle Hodge and the opposition voted no. When we were deciding on removing GST on leases of agricultural lands, as the former Minister of Natural Resources, Kyle Hodge and the opposition voted no. When we were deciding on removing GST from the cost of nursing homes, Kyle Hodge and the opposition voted no. When we were deciding on removing GST on daycare services, after-school programs, summer classes, and aftercare programs, Kyle Hodge and the opposition voted no. Deciding on removing GST on portions of your ANGLEC bill, Kyle Hodge and the opposition voted no. When we, you know what? Don't take my word for it. Let's play the tapes.
Division, not a problem.
Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Yes. Okay, we can move to division, not a problem.
Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Yes.
Honorable Single Island Wide Member, Mrs. Quincy Gums-Marie.
And in relation to the amendments to the GST bill, not the GST bill, but just the amendments to the GST bill. I just want to clarify for the listening public, Madam Speaker. Thank you.
Is shortly entitled A Bill for Goods and Services Tax Amendment Act 2022.
On that amendment, Madam Speaker, I vote yes.
Honorable Single Island Wide Member, Mr. Joseph Antipour.
Madam Speaker, I vote no.
Honorable Member for Valley South.
Madam Speaker, I vote yes.
Honorable Member for Valley North.
Madam Speaker, I vote no.
Honorable Single Island Wide Member, Mr. Kyle Hodge.
Madam Speaker, no.
Honorable Member for Sandy Hill.
No.
Honorable Member for Road North.
Madam Speaker, I vote yes.
Honorable Single Island Wide Member, Mr. Kenneth Hodge.
Madam Speaker, I vote yes.
Honorable Member for Road South.
Madam Speaker, I vote yes.
Honorable Member for West End.
Madam Speaker, I vote no.
Honorable Member for Island Harbor.
Yes.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! No!
So if you could not depend on Kyle yesterday to sit down and do his work, if you could not depend on Kyle Hodge to deliver on his GST stance, Because, spoiler alert, he left the APM over GST and then joined the AUF to become the face of their GST plan. If you could not count on Kyle Hodge to say yes to giving you relief, and just to let you know, we've gotten over the fact that he's the laziest person that ever existed. But all he had to do was say a three-letter word. Y-E-S. To give you a little ease. If you could not trust Kyle Hodge to work for you yesterday, how can you trust him to work for you tomorrow? I said I'm gonna take my time because you're all about the place telling all kind of stories. But we want people who know how to work and how to deliver. And I give God praise that those of us who remained, those of us who chose the difficult path of standing up for the people of Anguilla, are not afraid of hard work. And because of our hard work, people are working, businesses are growing, industries are diversifying. Our island is growing. On an international level, we have received our highest grading to date. That is leadership. That is responsible governance. That is a team that you can trust. We must go into these elections clear-eyed and not be caught up in the moments, because when they give you their rhetoric, you ask them for their record. And to ensure that the team that delivers is returned to government, do not split the votes. Do not split the votes. It is 5 votes for 5 votes. Valentine's coming up, so if you like somebody from the other side, give them a gift. But if you want your country to progress, give us the vote. The foundation for more progress is to elect a team that can work together. And they have shown that they can't even share the same opinion on school organized debates. How can you trust them to run a whole country? So my APM team, when we say 1 to 7, all 11, we mean to elect a team that work together, love each other, and can deliver. We must vote together. We must understand that this APM team is an unstoppable force. And the same way we stand on your shoulders because of your votes, the same way we took the responsibility of your dreams, your children's dreams, and delivered for generations to come, it is the same way we will continue on March 1st to deliver for the people of Anguilla. If you are afraid of losing on the gains, if you are worried about losing Senior Shield, vote the boat. If you are worried about the return of property tax, vote the boat. If you dream of a brighter tomorrow, vote the boat. If you believe in a nation that should achieve great things for its people, vote the boat. If you want a team with a record of delivering, vote the boat. 1 to 7. 1 to 7. 1 to 7. All 11. 5 votes. 5 votes. 5 votes. Say yes to progress. And on February 25th and 26th, come out in your numbers. Come out strong and vote for the team that delivers. Vote for the Anguilla Progressive Movement. 5 votes. 5 votes. And I will see you in Island Harbor as we celebrate our victory on the 9th of February 26th. Come out early. Come out strong, and let's continue to say yes to progress. Thank you, and good night.
I'm unstoppable. I'm a virgin with no rage. I'm invincible. Yeah, I win every single game. I'm so powerful. I don't need batteries today. I'm so confident. Yeah, I'm unstoppable today.
5 and 6, make some noise! People of District number 5 and District number 6, Anguilla, I want to say this and I want you to hear me out. Because I think sometimes we miss out on a lot of what's happening in Anguilla. They said that the APM supporters are loud, disrespectful at the debates. Let me tell you this. You remember Monday night? Wasn't that disrespectful and rude to the people at the debate and to Anguilla? Did you ever remember going to the House Assembly and listening to the leader of the opposition saying, Mr. Speaker, it's your house, do what you want? Isn't that disrespectful and rude? Did you ever see any one of our candidates came on platform and take off their clothes to show you that they're wearing the pens? Is there a difference between the pens and Pampers? Come on, Anguilla, let's get real. We have a decision to make. As I said to you, elections have consequences. We're in a battle for the right and the truth. Let's bring it home, Anguilla. I want you to make some noise for our next speaker, a giant of a man who's doing so much for the people of his country and for the grandchildren of Anguilla, the great-grandchildren, the Honorable Kyle Hodge. Make some noise for him, Anguilla.
When you're voting, vote for stamina, a sound leader, and remember to put Anguilla first. That can only call for a brighter tomorrow. He's giving his all, so put Anguilla first. Fairness for all. We cannot be here together. We'll stand tall. In the heart of our islands, where dreams can ignite. Kenneth Hodge is rising and ready to fight. Committed to invest, uplift and inspire. Empowering the people, fueling their fire. Put Anguilla first.
Good night, residents of District 5 and District 6. Thank God for the showers of blessing falling on us tonight. Tonight, we continue to count down the days until general elections on February 25th and 26th, and the continuation of this administration's work and creating a better way of life for our people. Tonight, our eyes remain fixed on the prize of a better future for Anguilla and its people under the Anguilla Progressive Movement. Say yes to progress. Tonight, we continue to tell you of the exciting developments that we have in store for this country for the next 5 years and 10 years and 15 years and 25 years and 30 years. But take a break after 30 years. But take a break. take a break. But before I go any further tonight, I want to take a moment to recognize the excellent performance of our candidates in this week's round of debates. In District 1, Alice Lorenzo Webster, with surgical precision, he decimated his opponent. In District 2, Lennox Fantapool, cool, calm, and collected, he soundly defeated the leader of the opposition. And District 3, Courtney Morton. Let me say here tonight, Courtney did not surprise me. He didn't surprise us because we know of his talent. But he did not get that washout he was promised. Not even a sprinkle of rain fell on him. He gave more than he got. Courtney represented. Even the purveyors of gloom and doom were silent the next day. They had nothing to say. I can tell you his opponent was long and flourish and short and fact. Courtney came with the facts and just the facts. In District 4, beyond Kentish Rogers, what an exhibition of skill and intellect and knowledge and delivery. Home run after home run after home run after home run. And then District 5 and 7. What a delivery by Merrick Richardson and Jamie Hodge. I had to ask Merrick after the debate to give me a few sips of whatever they were drinking that night. So people of Anguilla, what can I say about tomorrow's debate in South Hill? It's going to be simply epic. So tonight, my people, the campaign is in full swing. The misinformation campaign is in high gear, and the opposition side is full of something. I must say, as one observer said to me, when you combine what the opposition side is saying on the platform, it is 5 cents of pure nonsense. I don't think you heard me. And the observer says when you put together all that opposition is saying on their platform, it is nothing more than 5 cents of pure nonsense. So my people, their entire campaign is focused on the goods and services tax, GST. The only initiative that they have failed to take credit for and failed to take credit for laying the foundation. The only one. So tonight, I want to crave your attention. I want the hands to be silent because I want to share some information with you. I want you to digest what I'm saying, right? So in October of 2019, a team from Cartech came to Anguilla at the invitation of the government of Anguilla. They didn't jump the fence at Blowing Point at 3 o'clock in the morning. They came and they were greeted and escorted to their hotel by the government of Anguilla. CARTEC is short for the Caribbean Regional Technical Assistance Center and is one of 8 IMF Regional Technical Assistance Centers located around the world. CARTEC came to Anguilla in 2016 to conduct a study of GST. Who was in government at that time? Honorable Corey Richardson Hodge, Honorable Curtis Richardson, So I'll be putting it in context tonight. So I want to go to this report and I want to read a little bit from this report for you tonight. The mission that came to reform, tax reform, besides the thorough revamping of IRD, which is Inland Revenue Department, which had to be fulfilled before the second step was taken. The reform of international trade taxation should have been in effect in January. It comprises a reduction of the number of ID rates from 8 to 3 and the effective average rate from 12.9% to 8%, the creation of a customs service and excise taxes on beverages, alcoholic, tobacco products, fuels, and other categories of vehicles and boats. This is the important part. Part of this exercise involved the introduction of an interim goods tax of 9%. I am not making this up, my people. I am reading from the CARTAC report. Facts, nothing but facts. And the report also speaks to a rate of 17.5%. So it started in 2019, and it was supposed to come into full effect in 2022. Now I want to read for you very quickly. I'm not going to be long tonight. In the 2012 budget address, the then Minister of Finance, Mr. Hubert B. Hughes, formally announced the government's intention to introduce a value-added tax, VAT. This announcement was reaffirmed in the Executive Council minute, which mandated the Tax Reform Working Group to implement VAT by December 31, 2014. This was not implemented. Do you hear what I'm saying? This was not implemented. Yet, the intention of substituting a broad-based tax for the specific sector continued to persist. In the 2016 budget address, the Minister of Finance, Mr. Victor F. Banks, announced the intention to introduce a broad-based goods and services tax, GST, in conjunction with a reform of the customs duty system to have a lower rate of customs duty, with the intention of helping to increase the number of startups of small and medium enterprises and the expansion of existing businesses. My people, the foundation for GST was laid. The customs officers will tell you, back in 2016, they underwent training. IRD underwent training. The groundwork was laid. The foundation was laid. Are these, now, let me finish. Are these the people that you really want to put back in office in 2025? No. And that is why, my people, that's a good phrase, financial termites. My people, on February 25th and 26th, that is why you have to go to the polls and send a Willa, and Willa is saying yes to progress. In District 1, you're going to put Ellis Lorenzo Webster right back there. Bring proper representation to District 2 by putting in Professor Lennox Vanderpool. Free up D3 by voting for Courtney Morton in District 3. And in District 4, our queen, our ambassador, everything that has meant to upgrade the education system as well as Diane Cantis Rogers. 5, Coach Mary Richardson, no doubt about it. And District 6, when those licks finish sharing, I don't know. Hayden Hughes in District 6. And the man who beat up and mash up Cardigan last night at the debate, Jeremy Hodge, he mashed him up. Mash him up. And of course, here comes Marie. Ackland Van der Poel. Geneva Hodge. And yours truly, Kenneth Hodge. So Anguilla, 1 to 7, all 11. Thank you, my people. Good night and have a good evening.
When you're voting, and remember to put umbrella first. Call for a brighter tomorrow. He's giving his also put umbrella first. Fairness for all. When we're together in the circle. In the other islands, where things can ignite. Kenneth Hodge is rising and ready to fight. Committed to invest, uplift and inspire, empower the people, fueling their fire, put umbrella first. That can only call for a brighter tomorrow. He's giving his also put umbrella first. Fairness for all, we cannot be here together in the circle. So say you come out and vote, exercise your right. Let us all unite. You're not alone, come out and vote. Exercise your right. Help can win this fight. Land information system, a plan so profound, making sure our voices are heard all around. With Kenneth Hodge guiding, with all strive and grow, helping our people so wealth can flow. But Anguilla first, that can only call for a brighter tomorrow. He's giving his also put Anguilla first. Fairness for all, we cannot be here together. From the shores to the schools, he's got the vision clear. Comfortable living, that shows we care. With unity and strength, the occasion. Vote for Kenneth Hodge for true transformation. Here.
All aboard! Shiba Hoy! Yes! We come again! Can't eat my mommy! It's a man's mommy! Makes me do a number! Yes, we time again! Two notes and we break! 5 minutes of a night! Just to read the question! Oh, yeah. I don't wanna speak, I don't wanna speak, I don't wanna speak. Tell me what you're waiting for. It's time to hit on the floor. I don't wanna speak, I don't wanna speak. I want to get in the heat. See me chipping down the street. All aboard, all aboard. Time to rock the boat. Shiba on, get in line. Shiba on, strictly party time. All aboard, time to rock this boat. Shiba on, come and get in line. Shiba on, strictly party time. I say, let me rock, let me rock, let me rock. Rock the baby. Let me rock, let me rock, let me rock. Let me bring the wrongs. Let me have the ball. Let me take it higher. Yes, let's set and go. Soca in my blood. I must jump forever. This one forever. I don't want to speak. I don't want to speak. I don't want to tell me what you're waiting for. It's time to hit some I knew that I want to speak. I don't want to speak. I don't want to tell me good, in fact, in good. No time for spoiling. Let's go, let's go. Wake up everyone who's sleeping. Meet me on the road. New inspiration, no contemplation, deliberation. Let's go, let's go. Wake up everyone who's sleeping. Meet me on the road. Raise all hands in the air. Everybody shout it, shout it, shout it.
District 5 and 6, the Lord is blessing us with some rain. We're going to bring the next candidate on. He's a giant of a man. He proved himself very well in the debates. Make some noise for Mr. Courtney Moulton.
Another day above ground, I see. I'm focusing on the positives because yesterday I was down. People do me wrong. When they try to take me for clown, I do them no wrong. Jaja have me back. Oh, that thankful this you give me the handful. Every day you're blessing me. Only a bacchanal. It's not in the nature. Money in the pocket. This life I want love it. Only a bacchanal. It's not in the nature. Food on the table. I put on the table. Think I jump on one way.
Good night, Anguilla. Good night, Road North and Road South. I bring you greetings from the Valley. That's right. Tonight, we are just a matter of away from charting the next 5 years forward for the future of Anguilla. Anguilla, elections have consequences. And records do matter. Don't be fooled by the fancy catchphrases that bear false pretense, such as putting people first by the A. They are putting people first. But in their 15 plus years, they could not do nothing for seniors like the Senior Shield. They have done nothing for the youths like the Junior Shield. Children. My people of Anguilla, to do any of the above. So clearly, they are not. Who are they putting first? It's our culture. There's a time in the history of Anguilla that any government about prizes in the same year. The Anguilla government paid off the prizes in the. For example, in 2015, the cannibal bills were finally paid off in 2016. On and on. A matter of fact, this practice was done. This has been, and I want you to hear me good. This has been the norm since Shelia Rogers. We have an unfortunate event where the juniors have not been paid. And Webster will want to make the whole island believe that Courtney Moulton is responsible. Every every past chairman of Anguilla Carnival knows that the bills for and one of our past chairmen is no other but that's the facts and that's the truth. The people who are stingy with the truth cannot be placed in office. Anguilla elections have consequences. Be careful of the people you choose to put in Anguilla. And when they come to your house, please fact check the lies they're telling you. They say things are difficult in Anguilla and businesses are closing. But we see it quite differently. In the past 3 years, we have witnessed new businesses coming on board. And I want to mention a few. Tasty's Point of View. The Lobster House just up the road. The return of the place in Rendezvous Bay. The return of Uncle Arnie in Shoal Bay. The return of the fish trap in Island Harbor. A restore on Sandokan Beach. And Kyle Hodge, Cajun Goat in South Hill. But they will make you believe that things are gloom and doom and nothing is happening. But they are swimming in money-making business. Let me go a little further. We have witnessed in the past 3 years the introduction of Primex Concrete, a new concrete company. And the planning department have shown that in 2019, they approved 150 homes for construction. 2019. Things are dead and it's not looking good. And that was in 2019. In 2020, they approved 190 plans. In 2021, 195 plans. In 2022, 210 plans. In 2023, 175. And in 2024, 210 plans again. But they will tell you, things are difficult. But people are working and they are building their dream homes. They will have you believe that you should not build an airport terminal. You should not build an airport terminal because the maintenance cost is too high. Shell just said so in the debate, openly. They will tell you not to build a government complex because it's too expensive and the maintenance cost is too high. So this government must resort to paying millions in dollars every year in rent. That's the kind of leadership we must keep far away from office. They will tell you, and I want you to understand this quite clearly, so I'm going to say it real slow. They will tell you that the money we place on your electrical credits and the food vouchers we give to the seniors is your money. But what did they do with your money when they were in office? I'm going to say it again. They would tell you that the money we put on your electrical bills and the food vouchers we give to seniors is your money. But what did they do with your money when they was in office? Big victory parties costing $16,000. They will never tell you that the government of Anguilla was in debt up to $500 million. And GST was designed to help curb the burden. But with God's grace and this APM team, we have reduced that bill from $500 billion down to 332, and by 2028 we'll have all that paid off. That is why across this island we must say yes to progress. 1 to 7, all 11. I can't forget the promise to remove the levy on the first day in office. I can't forget the promise of an indoor basketball court in the valley. Now we have a building not even fit for SOAs that we have to demolish. I just can't forget the promise to develop the Valley Main Road. I just cannot forget the promise to develop the Fountain Tavern. Their promises of putting people first is as empty as a basket holding water. And this AUF would stop at nothing in order to get back in office. They went as far as saying that this team no longer wants Courtney Morton on board. This team is stronger than ever. 1 to 7, all 11. And you could take that to Wall Street. For the sake of some who didn't understand, I think I need to repeat that. And this AUF would stop at nothing to get back in office. So much so that they have went as far as to say that this team no longer needs me on board. This team is stronger than ever. From 1 to 7, all 11. And you could take that to Wall Street. But ladies and gentlemen, there's a future where dreams becomes a reality. One where youth will continue to be our focus point, and our seniors will remain in the forefront. Their contributions to this homeland will not go unnoticed, and Anguilla will continue to strive under this new Anguilla progressive movement. When the PCN at the airport were below required standards, we fixed it because we realized the benefits to Anguilla in a few short weeks. When we developed the Valley Main Road, we realized that it was long overdue and it was time that that road be aligned with the businesses it served. When we developed the Lansing Bowl Cultural Center, we did it because we realized that culture plays an integral part in our daily lives. And a 50-year-old promise by Anna and the AUF needed to be fulfilled. When we embarked on the development of the Clayton J. Lloyd Airport, we did it because we knew the sustainability of our tourism industry heavily depends on it. We are here because we demonstrated over and over again that leadership is about vision and responsibility, not power. Leadership is about vision and responsibility, not power. It's about standing in the gap for this country and making wise decisions to benefit all. That is why we constantly ask you, the people of Anguilla, for one thing. 1 to 7. 1 to 7. 5 votes. In Island Harbor, you must bring home our doctor. The best premier Anguilla have ever seen and will ever see, Dr. Ellis Lorenzo Webster. In District 2, it's time for change. It's time for change. And it's time we bring Mr. Lennox Vanderpool on board. In District 4, we will re-elect the Queen, Diane Kentish Rogers. In District 5, we are bringing back the coach, Merrick Richardson. In District 6, they're just sharing licks. Hayden Hughes is the man. Well, after last night, in District 7, there's only one representative, and that's Jamie Hodge. We must also remember our 4 at-large candidates, Quincy Gomes Marie, Gleneva Hodge, Kenneth Hodge, and Atlin Vanderpool. But over here in Bellinard, it's time to free District 3. It's time to remove 45 years of nothing. And tonight I stand here really embarrassed when I see our representative for 17 years pulling down his pants. And I wouldn't say what he said afterwards, a real disgrace for Bellinard. But time will come when you see true representation. Time will come when you have no more bullying. Time will come when you have a leader who will sit and discuss the issues with his people. Time will come when you send a leader to the House of Assembly, one who goes there every day and does not disappear and go to their second job. Elect Courtney Morton in District 3. 5 votes! 5 votes! 5 votes! 5 votes! Thank you. Good night.
When they try to take me for clown, I do them no wrong. Cha-cha happy back, and I shouting, oh Lord, I thankful, oh Lord, I thankful. This you who give me health and strength. Oh Lord, I thankful. Every day you're blessing me.
You know something? District 5, 6, Anguilla. The rain, the Lord has just finished blessing us. You're going to have to get up with those cars because we're bringing on our warrior, our queen. So you're going to have to get out here and make some noise. But before we get to that, you know, the other party, the other team is saying, all we're doing is building buildings and not doing anything for the people. In America, everyone pays taxes, and there comes a time when they have returns. We are getting our returns, senior shield, junior shield, electrical credits, food baskets. We even get removal of our house tax. Where in the history of Anguilla Could you have jumped on an airline and hit the mainland? We're too ungrateful, Anguilla. We gotta get some things. God's been good to us. Now, get out those vehicles and make some noise for our queen. You know something, Anguilla? They're trying their utmost best to see if they could penetrate Longwang and District Number 4. But God is in control. It's not gonna work. Everybody vote in the boat. 5 votes, 5 votes, 1 to 7, all 11. Ladies and gentlemen of Anguilla, the decent citizens of this country, I present to you the hard-working education minister that did so much for Anguilla, Honorable D.N. Kentish Rogers. Make some noise!
Now big it up, Minister Dion. Hey, something good gonna happen in this year, and we are grateful that we made it. Yeah, yesterday's gone, and a new day has appeared, and we are grateful that we made it. Yeah, I may say blessings gonna find you. Yeah, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Favor gonna find you, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Tell them say they are gonna stay in, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I may say blessings gonna find you, yeah. Oh na 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 na. Round and round, this season she is facing, but this year your support that she's embracing. D for Happy come her way. Tell them we're here to play. Winning 8 p.m. here to stay. It's the blessings me say we'll find you, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I miss if people gonna find we here. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Tell them that they ain't gonna stay here. Yeah. I miss if blessings gonna find me here. Oh na 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 na.
Good night, South Hill, District 5 and 6. We giving licks. Good night to my APM family. To the ones on board and those who are waiting to join the boat. This APM movement is calling on all Anguillians to view us not just as a party, but as a progress for the people, as a movement for the nation, as a movement for Anguilla. In the last 4.5 years, Anguilla, you have given these rookies the challenge and the privilege of leading you through the worst global economic downturn since the Great Depression in the 1930s. Yet, it was this team of rookies led by our captain, Dr. Ellis Lorenzo Webster, that survived the raging storms of the pandemic and brought Anguilla safely to shore. Throughout our time in office, we have demonstrated that we are not just words, but we are action. In the form of Minister Quincia Gums-Marie, we have seen record investments in agriculture and fisheries. Yes, we have an abattoir, a hatchery, a shade house, green spaces, water tanks, an agricultural village, a wells plan for water. But the way the opposition is talking about food security, you would think they didn't have 20 years to invest in giving us a good foundation for food security. 2 decades. And in just 2 years, our agricultural minister has made farmers believe, the ones who are honest, anyways, that we are a government that believes in our ability to produce for our people. And that government is the Anguilla Progressive Movement. You see, if they really believed in food security, they would vote for Quincia Gums Marie. Throughout our time in office, not only did Dr. Webster hold up and stand in the gap for our health system under the strain of the pandemic when the opposition, who has literally come back in Pampers, proposed to cut the salaries of our health workers by 5%. That is true. And he had to do it with a health authority that had $6 million unaccounted for. And I tell you, that is not hearsay. That is a report in black and white, not the pipe dream of the AUF surrogates. And from where he had to work so hard to do what the people of Angola asked him, to bring the health authority of Angola back into the government of Angola, so that it could have greater accountability. And since then, we have increased GPs at our hospital, introduced junior and senior shield, free dialysis, more pediatricians coming, an orthopedic surgeon coming, mental health specialist coming, and more to come, and more to come. But the way the opposition has been talking about health, you would think they didn't have 20 years to improve the health system in Angola and give the people of Angola free health care. The same people who are saying they put the people first. But like my colleague, Mr. Vanterpool said, which people? Because it seems to us that they put politics before people. You know, if you look at their posters around the island, it seems as though they spelled politics wrong on all their posters. Because it's not people they're putting first. Not if they could vote against the amendments to our GST legislation to relieve the same people they say they're fighting for. So watch it, people. It's politics all the time for the AUF. Politics all the time. Throughout our time in office, seen our Minister of Home Affairs institute a minimum wage, private sector pension, and remove work permits for grandchildren or Anguillians, great-grands are Anguillians in weight. But again, the way the opposition talks about our Dominicano brothers and sisters, you would think they didn't have 20 years to make changes to benefit the people of Anguilla. Throughout our time in office, you have seen our Minister of Infrastructure, this APM administration, build the Valley Main Road, build the George Hill Bypass, build the airport, build the Blowing Point Ferry Terminal, build the Sandy Ground Jetty, just to name a few. But the way the opposition talks about infrastructure, you would swear they didn't have 20 years to invest in infrastructure that met the demands of a growing and modern economy. You would think they didn't have 20 years to ensure that we, the APM, didn't have to play catch up in 2020 to the rest of the region. But you see, the reality, people of Anguilla, is that we didn't have to start from scratch. We started a goal down and the whistle didn't even blow yet. A goal down and the whistle didn't even blow yet. We started from $500 million in debt. The story of a banking resolution that the opposition is in the House of Assembly saying, thank God for. Okay. But remember this, history is a vast system of early warnings. A vast system of early warnings. And we are at the precipice of either repeating the past and future for our people. The AUF would like you to believe and to forget the role they played in Anguilla's history. They would like you to forget because it is a history that has left each and every one of you wanting. And it must be said that every time the AUF gets their hands on this country, they bankrupt it. Every time they bankrupt it. And let me tell you something. The party that left the country bankrupt doesn't get to show up and give economic advice to those who are digging it out of an AUF size and shaped hole.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
Hey!
Let me tell you again. The AUF, the party that has left the country bankrupt, doesn't get to show up and give economic advice to those digging the country out of an AUF-shaped hole.
Hey! 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 Hey!
And yet, they are parading around under the facade that they would manage windfall revenue better than the APM. But their record shows that it was under their leadership that the windfall revenue of the transshipment program came into being and with the same swiftness came out of being. So what is the evidence that you should trust them when every part of their record says that you cannot? Every part of their record. And then you would see in their 2019 budget in black and white, they promised GST at 17%. In their 2018 medium-term and economic fiscal plan, they promised to outsource .ai, but yet their words on the campaign are we didn't promise it at 17%, but let me tell you something. If you can't trust their black and white, why should you trust the words coming out of their mouths? They got 5 manifestos. And at this point, you might as well file each and every one of them in the fiction section of the bookstore. This APM team, however, has delivered time after time after time after time after time. And we are only rookies. But on the other hand, you have a group of people who are moving everything but united. Cora called off the debates. Shelley overruled that decision. Claude didn't show up, and my opponent wishes he didn't.
Hold your butts up!
In District 4, listen to me. The opposition does nothing more but parrot the talking points of his sponsors. They're talking about a rushed LBCC, talking about an unused LBCC. Them that the longest period of use for the LBCC in recent history was 2024. According to them, listen, according to them, I won't make it down off this rostrum. A not so thinly veiled threat. In fact, they have sworn everything to make me lose. They have said, I won't make it off this rostrum. Threat. And they have sworn everything to make me lose. I've even heard they're putting up 60,000 US dollars against me. But listen, a word to the wise, especially for my opponent. The money sunk into your campaign is not indicative of their belief in you. It is indicative of their hatred of me for not doing what they wanted to do.
Emotional, damn it.
A word to the wise, especially my opponent. The money sunk into your campaign is not indicative of their belief in your abilities, but indicative of their hatred of me for not doing what they wanted.
Emotional, damn it.
You know, it's funny to me. They have to allow him to campaign on the ideas of our Minister of Agriculture, Sustainability, Innovation, and the Environment on her body of work because they don't have any governing ideas. And so tonight, I want to end with an altar call to the AUF. You see the progress. You are convinced there is progress. In fact, you said you can't live without the progress. So vote for the progress. In District 1, vote for Dr. Ellis Lorenzo Webster.
Hey.
In District 2, vote for a real leader in the shape of Lennox Vanterpool.
Hey.
In District 3, vote for our Courtney Morton.
Ready.
In District 5, vote for the coach, Merrick Richardson.
Ready.
In District 6, we give it up Licks with Hayden Hughes. In District 7, we voting for Jamie D. Hodge. And in every single district across this country, island-wide, we're voting for Quincia Gums Marie. We're voting for Kenneth Hodge. We're voting for Otlin Vanterpool. And we are voting for Gleneva Hodge. And when you park yourself down in District 4 at the Valley Primary School on the 25th and 26th of February, you know there is no other option for the people of District 4 than Deanne Kentish Rogers. Because 5 votes. Good night, Anguilla.
Yo, it's your boy Showing Gardner, bigging up Minister Dion. Hey! Something good gonna happen in this year. And we are grateful that we made it, yeah. Yesterday's gone and a new day has appeared. And we are grateful that we made it, yeah. I'm a blessings gonna find you, yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm gonna find you, yeah. Oh, yeah. Tell them, say, they're gonna see, yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm gonna say, it's gonna find you, yeah. Oh, na. This season she is facing, but this year, your support that she's embracing. Before I become her way. Tell them we're here to play. Winning 8 p.m. here to stay. It's the blessings me say will find you. Yeah. Oh yeah. I miss if we're not gonna find we. Yeah. Oh yeah. Tell them that you're gonna stay here. Yeah. I miss if we're gonna find me. Yeah. Oh, na. Emotional damage. Where's the therapy button?
I like that one, balance.
You know, that's the winning song, Deanne. We're going to be playing that song that night. We're going to dance in the House of Assembly. We're going to probably dance in some of them yard. You know, we're going to teach them all a lesson. We're going to send the doctor to the hospital to take care of some of them because they're going to the hospital, you know. Trust me, this time, they're going to the hospital. Listen, Anguilla, as I always say, and I'll say it again, elections has consequences. I want you to make some noise for one of our ladies, the next one of our ladies, a giant of a lady. She's young, full of life. She's doing what she has to do for her people and her constituency in Anguilla on the whole. So I want you to make some noise as I present to you District 5, District 6, Anguilla, Geneva, Hodge, make some noise for at-large candidate.
As long as you don't for me, I'll be down for you. And I wish you blessings and blessings. And I wish you blessings and blessings. I wish you good times, fun times, good life, long life. I wish you good times, fun times, good life, long life. If I only love you one more time, if I only rate you one more time, you'll get along all the time. This agreement can stop the line. With my friend, my family, if they trouble you, they trouble me. So don't worry at all. Don't worry at all. Anytime you need me, just tell me.
Anguilla! Good night! South Hill! Good night! Districts 5, 6, and 7. Good night! APM family, I said good night. Come on. I want you to blow those horns and tell them help is on the way. The boat is coming. Get on board. The boat is coming. Anguilla, as the 25th and 26th of February draws near, and you head to the polls to determine your future, there is one question I want you to ask those seeking your vote. Show me your record. Ask them to show you their record. Administration's record spans shy of 5 years. The AUF's record spans over. Now, let's ask. In the time that each were granted, what do you
for the APM's time in office and the AUF's time in office. Because I know that you can say over the past 4+ years, you have seen progress. Tonight, I will show you the record of our APM administration, a record I challenge any opposition to match. Anyone, whether it is AUF or what them call art, tell them match it. Tell them show me how they can match it. But this APM has a record that they can proudly stand on. In one term in office, we can list over 100 achievements. And that's why we get in the next one, Gail. That's why we get in the next one. The greatest achievement of this Anguilla Progressive Movement administration so far, however, was to restore financial stability, to give us the ability to pay our bills and pay our own way forward. Due to this government's management of our financial resources, the prudent management of our financial resources, and the public purse, Anguilla has been able to reduce its debt and can finally rid itself of the debt burden and invest in decades of unrealized dreams and aspirations of our people. This APM administration has broken a cycle of unfulfilled promises and the inability to do more than provide you, the people of Anguilla, with more than just lip service. So, when the Anguilla United Front says, well, we have planned to do this and we have planned to do that, tell them don't woulda, coulda, shoulda me. If you have planned to do it, why you didn't do it? But you know who did it? The Do Things crew. Anguilla, who did it? The Do Things crew. In 2020, the Anguilla Progressive Movement found Anguilla in the worst financial position it had ever been in. It was a time when the entire world was shut down, when our main industry, tourism, was totally shut down. And yes, I said totally, the definition of which is completely and absolutely. So don't mind those who are trying to change the definition of totally. That is a class in master gaslighting when they want to tell you that the definition of totally doesn't mean completely and absolutely. But she was our Minister of Education, and we wonder why it's in shambles. But I digress. The fact of the matter
is, despite the colossal mess this country was in, this administration did not make excuses. They didn't say, well, we have planned to do this, but COVID. They didn't say, but we have planned to do that, but the AUF left us broke. Instead, they rolled up their sleeves and got to work. They said, saddle up, Anguillians, put on your life vests, because there is a storm ahead, and it's going to be bumpy. But we will bring you out on the other side. And they did just that. Anguilla, we went through the storm, but we are now out on the other side. Our people are employed. Employers saying them can't find enough employees to do the work. Due to the record-breaking numbers in tourism, we have seen the highest service charge paid to staff in the tourism industry in our history. Stay with me here. Stay with me. Taxi drivers can't even stay long enough to the rallies because they tell me, like my late Uncle Malcolm, rest his soul, but I'm telling me, we gotta go, we gotta go, we gotta go. Yeah? Little thing still here? No, he gone, he got a job. I ain't see my father for the night. He got a job. Yeah? Taxi drivers can't keep still. Them up and down on the road because them got a job every single day and all night. Now, one of my colleagues earlier spoke about the number of restaurants that we have seen the past few years. And most of those restaurants are fully booked and running. Well, at least the good business-minded ones, that when they collect GST tax, it ain't them own, it belongs to you, the people of Anguilla, through the government. We have seen over the course of this administration a record number of construction projects, not just government buildings or hotel and villas. We have seen a number of private construction of homes increase significantly over the term of this APM administration. And don't take my word for it, because the numbers don't lie. See them there? The numbers don't lie. But I know those who do. And they may hear. Anguilla, we have moved from no reserves in the treasury to almost a year's worth of reserves, which is international best practice. I need you to understand what that means. So when I tell you that the government coffers too fat and that them obese and running over, tell them you don't know what you're talking about. You don't know how government is supposed to run, and you don't know what is best for this country. Anguilla, we have moved from a deficit to a surplus. We have moved from barely meeting the basic needs of our people to being able to give them a hope for a future. We have been able to restore public officers' salaries that were cut back in 2009. Despite Irma and COVID and whatever other excuse the AUF will give you, this APM administration was able to give each and every public officer all of their deferred salaries. They have given them 2 years in a row ex gratia payments. No excuses. No excuses. This administration did not use any excuses for why the Albina Lake Hodge Comprehensive School Campus Q could not be finished. Instead, they finished it. They ensured that our children were removed from that disastrous split shift system. This APM administration did not give any excuses as to why they could not invest in agriculture, fisheries, and our pursuit of food security. Instead, they invested over $5 million in that sector.
You can ask me to play a radio station.
APM gave no excuses and voted yes on the removal of GST on a number of essential goods and services. But today I can hear the AUF giving every excuse in the book as to why they voted no. APM gave no excuses and they put a maximum price order on gasoline. You know where the price of gas was. $20, $21 and climbing. Today, because of this APM administration, we are at about $15. That is money in your pocket. This APM administration gave no excuses and they built the Blum Point Ferry Terminal. They gave no excuses and they fixed the Valley Main Road, the eyesore of this country over the past 50 plus years. They gave no excuses and built new roads. They gave no excuses, but instead budgeted to begin to fix our water infrastructure that is in shambles because the former Minister of Infrastructure could not take advice and said 24/7 water. But that was a lie from the pits of hell. Geraldine, you know, this APM administration gave no excuses and they implemented a phased approach to universal health care, ensuring through junior and senior shields that our children and our elderly are covered with free health care. They gave no excuses, no false promises of JetBlue landing. Instead, we have real direct flights from the U.S. mainland, thanks to our Minister of Infrastructure and Tourism, Mr. Hayden Hughes, and this APM administration. They gave no excuses. And today, Anguilla, we are building a new airport terminal and extending our runway. Anguilla, this one tickles me. because this APM administration gave no excuses for why our foreign investors should not give back. Because of this APM's administration insistence that our foreign investors live up to a social responsibility clause, today we have an MRI machine. We have a new block at the Vivian Vanterpool Primary School. We have the school, what they say. We have a brand new Lansum Bowl Cultural Center. For not implementing a minimum wage. So today we have a minimum wage, and tomorrow, when this APM administration is returned to office, and not tomorrow, but close to tomorrow, on the 26th of February, we will have a livable Anguilla. That is because APM made no excuses. No. Others, for their record, and count the excuses versus their accomplishments. When they say our programs are not sustainable, tell them, show you their record of sustainable financial growth. They certainly didn't have it in the boom years of 2006, 7, and 8, when they hinged the country's financial future on stamp duty. Stamp duty. That is right. Their sustainable plan was for the people of Anguilla to sell out their lands, because that is how we get stamp duty. And to add insult to injury, their representatives advised the people of Anguilla to sell their market price. Ask them to make that make sense, because I can't. No, their great pro and beg. I said their great plan for our financial stability is to buy. Wait, no. Wait. Because if that personally, how in the world to go work for us as a country? How? But Anguilla, when you re-elect this APM administration, we will continue the programs and projects that we started, because we have done the work to we will not for our athletes. We will not make excuses all around this island. We will not make excuses and create a sovereign wealth. We will not make excuses and continue to in scholarships. And as Minister Kentish in the drag strips. We will make no excuses and continue the work on the development of a private sector pension plan. Anguillians, as the election draws near, I urge you to remain focused. Focused. Do not be distracted. Depends are great for a comedy show, but they're not great for representation. Is that the kind of representation that you deserve? No, we don't need clowns in the pens. We need leaders. We need leaders with vision. Anguillians, I ask you, do you deserve a minister of Brugal? Or do you deserve ministers who are respected locally, regionally, and internationally for the work that they... Anguillians, you deserve representation from persons who are capable of prudently managing financial resources. If you deserve representation from a team of persons who do not give you a reservation consistently delivered. And there is no doubt, absolutely, totally, no doubt, that this APM team, led by our esteemed leader, Dr. Ellis Lorenzo Webster, the only leader of this, only leader that Anguilla needs to take us forward. And our team, this APM team, is the only team capable of leading Anguilla. You, the people of Anguilla, to say yes to progress. Say 11, because from east to west, so in this are voting for our capable leader, Dr. The man that will bring you the boardwalk, because they lack vision. They think it's a figment of their imagination. But let me tell you, it is coming. Island Harbor, hear me and hear me well. Do not believe the people who lack vision. District 2. In District 2, you will vote Lennox Vanterpool so that he can assist the Minister of Education, Deanne Kentish Rogers, in undoing over the education system and its people. Now, District 3. So my family in District, I want you to hear me loud and clear. This team stands proudly and strongly behind. He ain't going nowhere. He ain't going. Assembly, that is where he is going. Now, District 4, I don't think I need to say no more. I don't need to say no more. Deanne already tell y'all, ain't nobody else you to vote for. And the people who behind him believe in him. But I'll tell you what, we believe in our District 4 representative, Deanne Kentish Rogers. District 5, Merrick Richardson is. In doubt, go back and watch last night's debate. Ain't got nobody else there. Nobody else there. So District 5, we voting Merrick Richardson. District 6, Geraldine asked me what I going to say. You know I going to say, Geraldine. You tell me what to say, Gerald. You tell me. They say we sharing licks in District 6 because the only person on that ballot in District 6 is hate news. Now, District 7, my home. District 7, my home. We are voting for my next representative. One who is not missing. One who will not be missing on representation in the House of Assembly. We vote in Jamie Darren Hodge. And whether you're in District 1, all the way down to District 7, you're voting our 4 at-large candidates. Kenneth Hodge, Acklin Vanterpool, Quincy Gomes Marie, and yours truly, and most humbly, Gleneva Hodge. I stand in service of you, the people of Anguilla. So good night, my people, because I wish you blessings, I wish you vision, and I wish you leadership heading out of February 26th when this APM administration is returned to office. And as long as you don't for me, I'll be down for you. I wish you
District 5, District 6, District 7. District 7, last night you had a debate. I don't know if you listened to it. But after 10 years in office, Jamie Poland said the people of Long Bay West End is walking in the street. He thought the government would have taken $1 million from the DOT when they were building the cultural center and invested in putting some sidewalks in Long Bay West End. This is a man who built a German wall around his house. He said he can be fined. This is a man that bragged about 5 stars hotel. He didn't even get one to help him to put sidewalks in Long Bay West End and to put some nice little decorated plants to help to beautify Long Bay and West End. What a waste of votes! 10 years! 10 years! Anguilla, election have consequences. We can't make that decision again. This is a man who goes to the same hotels, eat dinner, just have a good time with all these investors, but never see the need to even plant a flower in Long Bay West End, less a sidewalk, but he wants this government to take the money that was given to build a cultural center. What thinking? They don't think. They don't think. You know, so ladies and gentlemen, District 5, District 6, District 7, I want you to make some noise for District 7 next representative, Jamie Hodge.
They can't keep a good man down. Always keep a smile when they want me to frown. Keep the vibes and I stood my ground. They will never ever take my crown. Oh, Jabez, I say no man curse. Things getting better when they thought it would be worse. Here comes the officers asking for a search. They found no weapon, just only a draw first. But I'm so solid as a rock, they just can't stop me now. Even when they set their traps, they just can't stop me now. People will say this and that, they just can't stop me now.
Good night, Angola. I can't hear you. Good night, Angola. I am Jamie Darren Hodge, your committed Anguilla Progressive Movement District 7 candidate, a firm believer in unity, representation, and investing in our future. We need to talk. Come closer. Come closer. I need to have a word with you. We are at a defining moment, a moment where we must decide if we truly want progress to continue for another 5 years. My people, APM does not and will not exploit the challenges of a community faces from time to time for political gain. We don't need to take personal acts of service and turn them into campaign props. We don't seek credit for simply doing what's right. As fate would have it, we inherit COVID-19 pandemic, a real challenge to our people, and certainly not a time for political gimmicks. In every moment of adversity, APM stood with the people. Do you hear me? APM stood with the people. Not for applause, because leadership demands action, not theatrics. True leadership is about genuine service. I'll repeat that for you once more. True leadership is about genuine service, not stage performances. So while others may try to score political points at the struggles of our people in such times, APM remains focused on real solutions, because representation is not about filling a seat. I'll repeat that for you. Representation is not about filling a seat. It's about fighting for you, listening to you, and delivering for you. Far too long, too many have felt unheard, unseen, and left behind. And, of course, left out. But under Anguilla Progressive Movement, that has changed. This government has made it clear that every voice matters. Leadership is about service, and that progress must, I repeat, that progress must touch every single person on this island, from the eldest among us to the first baby just born. I believe in representation that works, not during the election season, but every single day. Leaders must be present in our schools, communities, ensuring real change happens. Let me be clear. This is about all Anguilla, not just one district, not just one group, but all of us. After all, we are one people, one nation, and when we stand together, we rise together. Division has never been built, division has never built a nation. Unity has. I'll repeat that for you guys. Do you hear me? A nation is only built on unity, not on division. If we are serious about creating a stronger, more prosperous Anguilla, we need to work together. It doesn't matter where you're from, your last name, your first language. When you're with us, you're part of us, And when one prosper, we all prosper. APM has been committed to breaking down barriers, creating opportunities, and ensuring that no one is left behind. This is why we are focused on securing jobs for Anguillians, strengthening public services like infrastructure. A great government is measured by the investment in its children. I repeat that. A great government is measured by its investment in its children. APM has put its money where its mouth is, ensuring our children has the tools, resources, and opportunities to succeed. Education scholarships, over 3 million invested in our youth of Anguilla. School lunch programs means no child should go hungry and go to school. School and community playgrounds because children deserve safe places to grow and play. Free healthcare for children under 6, ensuring our youngest generation is healthy and strong. Because here's the truth. When we invest in our children, we invest in Anguilla's future. A strive in Anguilla must go safe in Anguilla. A strive in Anguilla must also be a safe Anguilla. That is why APM has made safety a priority, investing in modern security measures to protect our families, businesses, and communities. One key initiative, the introduction of CCTV, aimed to deter crime and keep our neighborhoods safer. Not to mention, it also helps law enforcement solve cases faster, giving all of us a peace of mind. Now, when you invest in security, you invest in confidence. You attract businesses, protect livelihoods, and ensure that our communities remain strong and secure for generations to come. I want us to remember that our island is a diverse, vibrant community, and this is something to celebrate. To our Spanish-speaking brothers and sisters, they are valued part of Angola. You have contributed to our economy, culture, and progress. We must continue to strengthen these bonds and ensure true inclusivity. Better cultural management, more bilingual community events, festivals, outreach initiatives, highlight all cultures of Angola that calls home. But also, for a Spanish-speaking community, we must also remember back home your sport has been baseball. We wish to bring that to Angola as well. Stronger representation means encouraging Spanish-speaking liaisons in community groups to ensure all voices are heard. This isn't about separation, it's about unity. Because at the end of the day, we are one Anguilla. Economic growth isn't about who invests, it's about how they invest. Under APM, we are focused on securing investment partnerships that truly benefit Anguillians. Every development must create meaningful job opportunities for Anguillians first. Investors must help train the workforce that our people can take leadership roles. Investors benefiting from Anguilla's success should also give back to our communities in education, sports, and social initiatives. Because we just don't want investors, let me hear you, District 5. Your champion is here, Merit Prince Richardson, a leader who builds, strategizes, and wins. He has been driving real progress for his people. But The job isn't done. Let's keep Prince in the game. Vote Merit Prince Richardson in District 5. District 6, you've seen the work Mr. Hayden Hughes has done. Roads built, thriving businesses, tourism booming. He has been the driving force behind real development, ensuring District 6 remains a pillar for progress. And as we say in District 6, let's keep sharing those licks and vote Mr. Hayden Hughes in District 6. District 7. This is our moment. As my colleague said, straight to heaven. For years, we've watched opportunities pass us by. But no more. No more, I say. This election is about strong leadership, committed vision, and a real progress for Angola, and that includes us. District 7, it's our time. Can you hear me? It's our time for true representation. Representation that works for you, fights for you, delivers for you. And oh my God, we are on the bait for you too. For District 7, I can't do it alone. I need your support. I need your vote. So on election day, vote Jamie Darren Hodge. Let me hear you. On election day, vote Jamie Darren Hodge. The choice is clear. Angola, this election is not about politics. It's about progress. We must not turn back. We must not slow down. We must keep moving forward together. District 1, Dr. Ellis Lorenzo Webster, our captain. And guess what? This ship is striving, moving full speed ahead. Board the doctor. District 2, I want to hear you. Leadership that cares about you. That leadership is in the heart of Lennox. Was not left behind. He's a new politician to our field. For what? District 3. Courtney Morton is on board again. We are not letting this way pass us by. They've had over 30 years to show what they can do. This man is ready to roll up his sleeves and get the work done. Vote Courtney Morton in District 3. Now, I'd like to talk about Dee. She's our queen of our camp. In District 4, Dee Ann Kentish Rogers has already weathered the storm to the toughest political waters and stands strong because she's beat down the... But she's not done yet. We're keeping her right here where she belongs, in District 4. I said District 4. District 5, Merit Prince Richardson. Don't miss a shot. And District 5, it's time to put another win on the board. District 6 has been paving the way, connecting communities and building infrastructure Angola needs. So let's say yes to delivering results that matter. District 7, my home. is no more waiting. It's our time. It's our time, I said, District 7. I understand last night we've had a long time and that we come down here for a rally. So I said, District 7, it's our time. And with Dr. Lorenzo, our APM family, we have a part in sailing. Along with your APM representative in every district, I want to see everyone to know there should be no splitting of the vote. I say no splitting of the vote. It's very important that your vote all APM at large candidates. Gleneva Hodge, where I say is 2 for 1, a passionate, driven, and ready to fight for you. Quincy Gomes Marie, a fearless leader who delivers results with no excuses. Kenneth Hodge, steady, experienced in all ways. Atlan Vanterpool, knowledgeable, committed. He has Angola best interest. 5 votes. 5 votes. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. As I told you last week, together, we were Angola that works for all of us. We are not floating. We are not drifting. We are sailing to victory. 5 votes. 5. 1 to 7. 1 to 7. I thank you, Angola.
I can't keep a good man down. Always keep a smile when they want me to frown. Keep the vibes and I stood in my ground. They will never ever take my crown. Who best I say no man girls. Things get better when they thought it would be worse. Here comes the officers.
Yes, Angola.
They found no weapon.
Remember that famous tune, Promises Made, Promises Kept. This is a true legend of Anguilla.
Back again. I want to join the rest of the pack on this government lunch. But I can't determine your fate before they tell me officer investigate. Johnny 32 has never in me. You will know the truth sets you free. So many untruths in my song. Listen up because this is what I found. System and they deliver. A new MRI machine, they deliver that too. They promise us the senior shield and they deliver. A new dialysis unit, they deliver that too. They promise a social project to every MOU. The hospital isolation unit, they deliver that too. Premier of of respect for promises made. Oh, a gimmick. Since I was small, I could never forget all the blows I used to get. Mom and dad preaching to me, son, don't follow bad company. With that advice ringing inside my ear. Social media gossip I don't want to hear. I did my research, I dig deep and walk long to get the lyrics for this composition. They promise us the Valley Main Road and they deliver. The airport road, they deliver that too. They promise us improved access and they deliver. American Airlines, they deliver that too. They promise us a new ferry boat terminal. Churchill bypass, they deliver that too. Ministers, it's the people beyond what Angola expect. Look, promises made, promises kept. Listen. Is now made are being kept. All cities without regret. Just look at the legacy God created is good, so good. For all things, let us give thanks. To say it differently, it would really hurt. But here are more findings that I unearthed. They promise us the school lunch program and they deliver. 10 million for the high school, they deliver that too. They promise us a minimum wage and they deliver. On the study program, they deliver that too. And upgrade the fisheries and agriculture. The Blue Belt program, they deliver that too. Mr. People, you have never regret, because promises made, promises kept. Every morning I pray to God, tired of the stuck GST record. We want a developed country, and most of us want it for free. The banking resolution not put on me neck. Over $500 million in debt. But I will keep on paying my GST while they keep on developing my country. They promise us a track and field and they will deliver. A new land, some gold, they will deliver that too. Done delivered. They promise us sun for hotel workers and they will deliver. Parks and green spaces, they will deliver them too. They promise us a new Clayton July airport in the making. A marina project, they will deliver that too, also in the making. This administration has earned my respect for promises made, Promises kept. Listen, this is a working administration, and as a youngster, this is a government that I admire. Let them know, promises made, promises kept. Thank you.
To you, the time is District 5 Representative Honorable Prince Merritt Richardson.
Some smile, some fight every day. We rise to the top, cause we know what it takes. We all we survive, yet still hold faith. Unchangeable, God unchangeable. Hey, matter how the dollar might stack up, me still not change. Me I go stay rough. Now the giddy and you have to buckle up your lace. Be smart, don't be a bluff now. No. Life it's a journey, it's a long race. Mama says son be wise and don't bring disgrace. So me pick up the broom and start sweep the place. Cause all these ways they got to get erased. I love to me people that me embrace. The truth are the truth and that can't erase. So hell to all of those who are hate. Just send me to finish this race. So we ain't giving up now. We put up a fight. We got to be ready. Cause starting change. I said don't you worry. I'll be the person. We got to be ready. Cause starting change. We pray. We pray. We pray. We pray, we pray, we pray. Let's not be flow when we pray.
South Hill. No. I know South Hill people. South Hill! Thank you. APM family! Who else at this time can have so much energy other than APM family? Good night. People of Anguilla, people of South Hill, we have less than 2 weeks before we make our mark on the future of Anguilla. We must all understand, though, that this is a consequential election. The operative word for the APM has been build. Build on the foundations we have laid. Build on the successes we have made. Build the economy. Build on the expansion of opportunities for our people. The operative word in this campaign from our opponents everything and wants to know what's the rush. Too fast on the eradication of dirt roads. Too fast on the lands and bowl culture, able to hear our vision and compare it to theirs. They have criticized or built a capacity. We should not do projects and build because of their maintenance costs. But that is like telling a family, don't build. These structures we are building are part of a broader policy to expand the economy, essential to the very economic expansion. Themselves in the arguments that they put forward the other night. We in the APM believe in our ability to build a self-sustaining economic country. In a few short years, we have already shown we have leadership, we have the team, and we have the ideas. The economy we are building They have provided us with no realistic solutions, no proper ideas on how to address the born into the party of no. Everything we have put forward, everything they have said no to. So I think that we should rebrand the AUF to the NOP, Negative Organization of People. All of you here tonight have heard our message. You have benefited from our policies and initiatives, and you should be ready to vote. In less than 2 weeks, you will have a chance to reward performance, to reward competence, and to say yes to progress. But your vote is not a personal matter. You must make sure you take others out with you and put your mark by the boat. So tell the young people there's a lot to vote for. Their grandparents' health care and that of their little brothers and sisters. Tell the young people there's a lot. Voting is dangerous. Tell the young people that we are building opportunities for them in technology, in business, in the creatives, in sports, and in culture. Tell everyone, to protect, and there is no guarantee that AUF or ART So tell the young people that in the coming weeks, it will be easier to get their first home. And even as we speak, their future is under construction. They have a golden opportunity to put their own mark on the future. And that mark is next to the 5 boats. So on up early and do what you have to do to keep this country on the right path. Brothers and sisters, mothers and fathers, uncles and aunties, encourage the young, and if you have to, wake them up and take them with you to the polls. This campaign, night after night after night, has shown why you should vote and why you should not sit this one out. It is too important. And you, the young people of Anguilla, have youth leadership you can be proud of. People like Quincy, people like Deanne and Glendiva, among the finest in this country, and they are young like you. This generation have an unprecedented chance to impact their future, and they must understand that tomorrow starts today. So people of Road North, we have the North Hill Road and the Phillips Drive Road budgeted and underway. In Sandy Ground, we are going to have a jetty just for our fisher folks. And in the next term, we will be putting solar lights around the Sandy Ground Pond and the North Hill Back Road. And right here on this South Hill ball field, we will be having a state-of-the-art green space and playground for our children. It's on its way. That is why we say from 1 to 7, you have to vote all 11. So every district candidate you vote for, you also have to support our 4 at large. Quincy Gomes Marie, Kenneth Hodge, and Atlin Vanterpool. Do not split your vote. Do not split your vote, because it's 5 votes, 5 votes for 5. Thank you. Good night.
To the top, 'cause we know what it takes. And we'd all be survived.
Yet still you hold the same, unchangeable, changeable. Hey, no matter how the dollar not change, me I go still. Hey, go on, make some noise! Buckle up your lace, be smart, don't be a bluff, no, no, no.
District 6, the 2007, 1, 2, 3, 5, 4. To present to your next speaker, the man of the hour, the Honorable Hayden Hughes. Make some noise, Angola!
Saw maybe a little bit of shade being shown by the or the hard surface in the dirt road. And that was the vision of myself and the found myself brought me to say, hey, what's right now is no dirt road and Angola be left unturned in that project up. And for me is why do we always have to be second best? We came up with this vision.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Good evening. I want to thank you, the people of Road South community, for the love that you extended to me and my team last Saturday night in Bloemfontein. For their words of encouragement. Thank you all for showing up. It's great to see you here again tonight. The worst of weather and it's late time. But I am here tonight because our candidates showed you why we are ready to lead. I am here tonight because of you. And I want to thank you for electing me and my team to deliver on the promises of old. Ladies and gentlemen of my community, many have asked me about my take on what was said about me on Monday night. Many have asked me about respect. I'm here to tell you tonight, I am the son and Nama Yvonne Hughes, a son of South Hill and a product of the Road Primary School. I am the father. I am a brother, an uncle, and a friend of you. You have known me all my life. Not to belittle, denigrate, and malign and lie about me. Know of my contributions to Anguilla and my community. You know me. You elected me to represent you because change couldn't wait. And so you elected this team to ensure that the ideas of a generation before us and the promises that were delivered, promises to deliver on the Valley Main Road, promises to reform the hair policy and decriminalize our vulnerable, our children, promises to remove and gentlemen of South Hill, of Anguilla, your voices and your vote. You ensure that we were able to deliver for you. But today, there's a cadre of selfish, self-centered bullies who are afraid that power is slipping from them forever and who want the entire hog for themselves out there on radio fighting against you, fighting to increase the rates at Anglic just as they did before so that on the backs of you, they can fill their pockets. They are fighting to control the energy delivery so they can abuse it just like they did NBA, NICA, and Social Security. Do not be fooled by their fits of acting and playing on your emotions. They were selfish then, and they are selfish now. Examine their record. Examine their record. They talk about 30 years of corporate experience. Examine their record. Examine their history. They have never cared about you. But they want to fool you and fool you again in this election, in this defining election. But we will tell them that they will not take away the gains that Anguilla has made, and they will not stop the Anguilla development plan. They will not get a chance to stop your electricity credits. They will not get the opportunity to damage your junior and senior shield. They will not get a chance to take the funds from investors and stuff their pockets while the country gets nothing. And you, the people of Anguilla, will not institutions of power to abuse you. They will not get that chance. Talking about craziness, about implementing a broad-based income tax. It was in 2022 when Shelia Rogers Webster told Keith Stone Graves that she... Am I to believe that this is not what they plan to do? What am I to believe? They must address this. Not do this. Make them come out and say they will not do it if they are elected. The sound of your voices and the power of your vote. You and erode future prospects. And that is why on this election day, you must go up the fiscal mismanagement of the past. The poor represent, you see the stark contrast between someone who is futuristic and can represent us on any stage and somebody who's stuck in the 60s. Take away intellectual ability from you and put it in the hands of somebody who can't even read his script. We must stay the course. District 4, I know we're not in District 4 tonight. We must continue to push ahead. And as the eradicate dot road program, okay? We must construct our TVET block and develop parks across this administration building. We must build our boardwalk in Island Harbor and continue our investments in the new water network. We investment from both Anguillians and foreign direct investment. We must continue to invest and develop our people. Want us to slow down. What's the rush, they ask? Was built too quickly. What's the rush, they said? Government being criticized for doing too much. Is moving quickly ahead. Everyone, because you, the people of Anguilla, demanded it. But let me borrow the words of Claude Gomes. When concrete pours, end of quote. I am urging you to ensure that progress continues. Say yes. Say yes to progress. You hold the power. You hold that power to transform Anguilla. The way February the 25th and 26th at the polling stations and vote for Gleneva Hodge, the vote. Vote for Kenneth Hodge, the vote. Vote for Quincy Gomes Marie, the vote. Vote for Atlin Vanderpool, the vote. From 1 to 7, all 11. All 11. If we must have opposition, let us have opposition within our circles. No hindrance. Progress. Ladies and gentlemen of Anglicans Matter, we were told that we can't do much of what we have done now. Said that we couldn't. And then when we did, they claim we are doing too much. When we accomplished what they said could not be done, they claim that they, the United Front, did not have the finances, the money in the treasury to do what we are doing. But as someone who has been blessed with one quality, and that is a memory, I want to remind them of 2004, 2005, 2006, and 2007 when the AUF was in office. There was so much money that one Mr. Edison Alvear Bear declared that there was a hole from Sandy Ground all the way to the treasury, pumping money. There was so much money that Anguilla's economic growth was in excess of 20% a year, and the United Front government placed a moratorium on foreign direct investment. There was so much money that politicians, spearheaded by one Evans McNeil Rogers, increased their salaries not once, not twice, but multiple times, flew first class, and drove new cars, and even offered opposition members vehicles. There was so much money that persons would sign in and go to St. Martin to the casinos, while the AUF leadership admonished the population to go to the banks and borrow and build. There was so much money done, so much money, that the NBA, National Bank of Anguilla, declared assets of over $1 billion in 2007 and would grant same-day loans. The money was flowing like the river of Babylon. So then they claim that they did not have the money that the APM has generated from the economy. Let them know that I, Hayden, Austin, Fort Hughes, took their statements to the Morris Show, and the lie detector said that was a lie. There was so much money that after being accused of being in bed with investors and giving away everything, they bought school buses, posed in front of them, and claimed that Viceroy had financed them, only to find out that it was you, the people of Anguilla, who through our taxes bought those buses. The question is, why was the Anguilla United Front lying on behalf of foreign investors? There was so much money that the leadership of the AUF ate breakfast at Pim's every Sunday and declared that they were part of the Big Boys Club. And if you don't like it, ladies and gentlemen, on coming to office in 2015 and finding that there was $33 million in reserve left there by Hubert Hughes, they went to Cobra restaurant on your dime for dinner to celebrate their victory in faster time than Zarnell Hughes. All that money was gone. Every penny. So much so that when we came to office in 2020, there was nothing left. Squeeze and there was nothing left. There was so much money, Fillmore. And lots of it. Lots of it. Never mind, they had 700 Indians and 300 Chinese working in horrid conditions, being paid $275 a month. So much so that they protested from West End all the way to the valley walking. So much money. Don't forget. So much exploitation. And what did the people of Anguilla get? Did they provide our elderly with any shopping vouchers? Did they give electricity credits? Did they provide health care for our seniors? Did they provide health care for our children? Did they provide free dialysis for those with kidney issues? Did they provide meals in the schools? Did they give the farmers canopies? Did they invest in chicks for our poultry farmers? Did they invest in training the aquaponics and invest in training of our people in the renewables? Did they provide water tanks for our farmers? Did they develop an abattoir for our livestock farmers? Did they acquire land for our livestock farmers? Did they demand that investors invest in social development? Did they develop a sovereign wealth fund for the people of Anguilla? Did they remove excise tax on fuel and essential food items? Did they place price control on fuel at the pump? Did they implement a minimum wage? Did they remove duties and taxes on prescription medication? Did they designate businesses that only Anguillians can engage in? And we want to go back to the front. And we want to go back to the front. As George Bush Jr. would say, fool me once, fool me can't fool me again. That's what he said. Go and Google it. We cannot go back to the front. Let me ask you a question, Paul. Did they do anything to alleviate the cost of electricity? No. But what did they do? What did they do? They mash up the electricity company that Hubert Hughes fought to get back, that was solely owned by the people of Anguilla. And from that day henceforth, it has been mired in controversy, fighting, legal battles. But we are saying tonight, enough is enough. And we will not let the AUF mash up Anguilla again. For more times than not, the AUF ran the political affairs of this country. Since 2000, the AUF has controlled the political life of this country. So for more than 15 years, we have been in office for less than 5 years. and they could not do in 15. They could not do what we did, even when the treasury was filled from that proverbial hose from Sand Ground. But on every occasion, at every election, when they have come to power, they have bankrupt this country. Every single time. This is their record, ladies and gentlemen. Every single time. So yes, we were forced to implement GST, not without a fight, and not without making sweeping changes that continues to this day. It is now ours, and we are making it work for you and for Anguilla's future. And let me tell you a little secret, Sasha, that is widely known. If they come to office, they will bankrupt this country again and make excuses for not getting the job done. Let me ask you a question. Do you think the candidates of the United Front has a grasp on good financial management? Do you think the visionless one in North Hill is a financial whiz? What about the candidate in District 6? How good is he managing his own money? Do you trust him managing the country's purse? There is a lot to say, and I'll save it for Friday. Because when he shows up at the Adrian T. Hazel Primary School, the gloves will be off. And I will have no mercy. None whatsoever. None. It's a despicable human being. I will have no mercy. Believe me. Believe me. I've been waiting on this. When Jesus was amongst his friends, there was one of his friends called Judas. And tomorrow night, Judas, you hear? Judas. Ladies and gentlemen, as fate may have it, I'll cut a shot. As I depart this stage tonight, I want to tell you that in this team, your team, you can rest assured that Anguilla's finances will be prudently managed. In this team, you can know that the dusty dirt road that you are living on, that you have enjoyed all your life, will be paved. In this team, Road North, that bad road in North Hill will be fixed. In this team, you can rest assured that a marina that was started in West End will be completed. And you will not be blindsided by secret agreements such as the one Cora, Neil, and Carter hid from you in Sandy Ground. In this team, the sporting facilities in Blowing Point, Island Harbor, and the Valley will be built to completion and maintained. You can rest assured, Anguilla, that the airport will be completed. And you will see year-round tourism with flights from across the globe and diversification of our economy that we need will occur. Ladies and gentlemen, they are so nasty. The other day, Shelia Rogers Webster placed some executive council minutes up on Facebook, trying to give the impression that the family of Deanne Kentish Rogers was going to be significantly benefiting from the airport expansion. The family of Deanne Kentish Rogers have suffered enough and will not suffer anymore under the hands of the Anguilla United Front. We will defend them and the interests of all Anguillians, all, regardless of your political persuasion, we will defend your interests. Too nasty. Too nasty. These are not empty promises. The work has started, and we are not going back. In this team, Anguilla, training will increase, and as the Honorable Deanne Kentish Rogers said, you will get your drag strip and your scholarships. And the athletes of Anguilla will have that track and field. This is not just a promise. This is an APM guarantee. And just as she said that we will have a brand new Lansambole Cultural Center for the 50th, so too will the aforementioned be manifested into reality. Because this is what we do. We are the Do Things crew. This is your time, Anguilla. This is the time when Anguilla will separate itself from the rest of the Caribbean in terms of social and economic development. Investments in education and the transformation thereof. Investments in medical care. Investments in our youth and elderly. Investments in you. This is that time. We cannot turn back. And as Comrade Maurice Bishop said, forward ever, backward never. So let us go out on election day and vote the boat. Only the boat. District 1, keep the premiership up there and vote Ellis Webster the boat. District 2, go out in numbers and vote for Lennox Vanderpool in the boat. Free District 3 and vote for Courtney Morton. Vote for Courtney Morton. The vote. There's only one candidate in District 4. Only one. They are throwing everything, even the old kitchen sink from Corridor they dig up to throw at the end. But I want to say this. She has more kahunas than Kyle Hodge. Vote for Deanne Kentish Rogers. The vote. The Bible speaks about vision in leadership. And there's no way we will let the visionless one lead us in District 5. And if election were held in the old days, all we want to hear is Merrick Richards in the boat. Merrick Richards in the boat. Merrick Richards in the boat. Richards in the heart. Merrick Richards in the boat. Merrick Richards in the boat. Merrick Richards in the boat. In District 7. District 7, where are you? Let me see your hands. We found Carter last night. But he might as well have fake sickness like the other fella and not show up. Vote for Jamie Hodge. The boat. You don't know what we're doing there and white. Mark your ballots. 5 votes. 5 votes. 5 votes. 5 votes. 5 votes. 5 votes. And in District 6, you know me. You know my record. You know my contributions. And not because I have not and will not broadcast my contributions in the district. You know. Yes, you know. And that is between me, you, God, and the many who have felt the blessings. So I urge you to go out on election day and vote for yours truly, Hayden Hughes. So let us march on. Let us march on to victory. Let us keep moving forward. Let us sail on from Windward Point in the east to the tip of West End, from Black Garden to Corito. Let us all sing the song of progress. Let us say yes to progress by electing the Anguilla Progressive Movement back to office. 1 to 7. 1 to 7. This is your team, Anguilla. The blue team. Essa tu equipo. Essa tu equipo Anguilla. El equipo azul. Vote the boat. Vota el barco. Yes to progress. God bless you. Good night. And let us bring home the victory. Good night.
Festival. It's a jubilee.
Get to the Adrian T. Hazel Primary School Hall tomorrow night. Get your popcorn, get your water, and show up. Because I haven't responded to him yet. And tomorrow, all the emotions that were bottled up for the last few months. Tomorrow.
All aboard! Ship ahoy! Yes!
Have a safe ride home, Anguilla. God bless you all. Peace, love.
He's a master me. Wakes me up my slumber. Makes me do a number. Yes, we time again.
We will be in St. Martin on the weekend, so make sure you call your family and tell them where he's going to be in St. Martin on Saturday and Sunday. Make sure you call them. Let them know that the 8 p.m. team will be in St. Martin.
I don't want to sleep. I don't want to sleep. I don't want to walk. I want to get in the heat. See me chipping down the street. All aboard. All aboard. Time to rock the boat. Shiver. Get in line. Shiver. Strictly party time. All aboard. Carnival aboard. All aboard. Time to rock this boat. Shiver. Come and get in line. Shiver. Strictly party time. I say. Let it rock, let it rock, let it rock. Rock the boat, baby. Let it rock, let it rock, let it rock, non-stop. Let me drink the rum. Let me have the fun. Get me so on fire. Let me take it higher. Yes, me set and good. Soca in my blood. I must shout forever. But it Get in line. Strictly party time, I say. Let it rock, let it rock, let it rock. Everybody ready. When we start to jam, rock the boat and slam. I don't want to sleep. Tell me.